Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Software Testing. My name is Daniel Knott and I'm happy that you're here today. Today's video is again all about Tricentis and the Tosca 16 release. Maybe you have seen my LinkedIn post that I've done in December about the new Tosca 16 release. Let's take a quick look what I just posted there on LinkedIn. So I posted like, hey, is it testing Christmas already? For those of you who haven't noticed yet, Tricentis just released Tosca 16 with plenty of new features. So for example, there is this enhanced test automation for Oracle applications. There is an ID Mapper for complex control types in the application. Now Tosca 16 also supports ARIA framework to be ready for the 2025 Accessibility Act. It's coming out in Europe. It's also about the Tricentis Mobile Agent, where I would like to talk more in depth in this video today. They're also providing a new dark theme with more high contrast for have more accessibility improvements of Tosca itself and to have a more inclusive application. It also has now cloud licensing reporting, test case pre-execution and many more improvements. So if you haven't seen the Tosca 16 release, I highly recommend you to also check out the blog post, and all the links that I will mention today in this video you will find down in the video description. So the link to the blog post, the link to the instructions of the manual of Tosca 16, as well as the download link to get Tosca 16 and to try it out yourself. So as I said, this is the blog post where you can read more about the specific updates that has been developed or like put into that release basically for Tosca 16. So you can see the list is going on and on and on. This is really great. So, but as I mentioned, in today's video I would like to focus on the Tricentis Mobile Agent. And with the mobile agent that Tricentis is providing with Tosca 16, you have a seamless connectivity for Android and iOS devices. For those of you who have worked with other Tosca releases before, it was always a bit tedious to configure the devices and to get them connected to Tosca, and with the Tosca 16 release it's so easy to do. So Tricentis, as I said, released the mobile agent. It's a small tool that you can download. I will make sure to put the links in the video description for all operating systems. So you can download it for Windows, you can install it on Mac, and it's available on Linux systems, which I think is really great. And yeah, without any further explanation, I would say let's go straight into the mobile agent. Let's show it to you hands-on, and because I think it's a great addition to your mobile setup when you work with Tosca. So as you can see on my screen, I have an emulator up and running. It's an Android emulator, and I already installed the Tricentis Mobile Agent. So if you're on Windows, you can find the Tricentis Mobile Agent down here, and you can say, okay, open console, and then, okay, there is a new tab in your browser, and it basically opens an address on your local system. It's a local host, and there you can find your Tricentis Mobile Agent. So it says automate mobile testing on any operating system using Tricentis Mobile Agent, configure connected Android and iOS devices, and enable iOS automation by setting up iOS artifacts, review agent settings to start your mobile testing journey within Tosca later on. So as you can see, we have some settings over here. So if we're here, you learn all about the agent basically. You see the version, like the version information. You can also download the log files if you would like so. And we can also take a quick look at the documentation. So here's the user manual of the Tricentis Mobile Agent. We have the installation guide, and we have some really good shortcuts that might help you in getting started with it. So let's take a quick look at the user manual first. So as I already said, the Tricentis Tosca Mobile Agent, it's supporting Android and iOS devices, and you can install it on Windows, Mac and Linux systems, which I think is really great. It's cool because it has really a connected flexibility inside. You can not only connect your devices directly on your development machine, so via a USB cable, but you can also remote connect to any emulator or a real device in your own data network, in the data center, or in a mobile cloud, for example. So this is even possible, which I think is a really good addition, because for those of you who are working in mobile, right, you know that testing on all the various devices is not possible. It's also not possible or feasible or even recommended to buy many devices for your office setup, because it's a tedious job to maintain those devices, keep them up and running, and so forth and so forth. So therefore, it's really great to have like a cloud provider that you can connect to in order to test your mobile apps against those. And the Tosca Mobile Agent is handling all the connectivity things for you. Yeah, so that's really great. So if you take a look at the getting started, there are some installation instructions here, as I said, for Windows, Linux, and Mac, but it's straightforward. It's just a small download that you have to take. You just follow the wizard, the steps on your operating system, and then you're good to go. Yeah, so that's really easy to do. But let's take a look at the mobile agent as well. What does it offer? We also have iOS artifacts. So you can enter here your Apple Team ID. I haven't done this yet because I don't have an Apple developer account as a private person. But as you can see here, you can create signing requests, yeah, towards the Apple developer portal. You have certificates that you can upload that you get from the developer portal, and you have provisioning profiles that you can also add here. And with that, it's really cool, because then you can connect your mobile devices, your iOS devices, to the agent, and just like upload your provisioning profiles to the specific device that you would like to test. That's great. It's working for real devices, for emulators and simulators, and as I said, for cloud providers. And there's even a tutorial how to do that here in case you're working with iOS. For Android, it's a bit easier. As you can see here, I have two devices connected. I have my iPhone connected here. It says status not ready. That's because I'm not using it for a development device. So that's my private device. So that's why I could add an iOS image here, but I don't want to. Otherwise, I'll mess up with my settings here. But just wanted to show you that we have a real phone connected. So basically, I can show it to you. Look, the cable is not long enough, but there's a real device. Yeah. On the other hand, as you can see on the right side, I have an Android emulator started, yeah, and then you have the Android emulator information. It says, okay, it's the name, it says status, you have the resolution of the screen, you have the UDID of the device, you have the model, operating system, and the operating system version. And one more thing that is really cool is you can click on the icon here, and then it says initializing device, and voila, we have a real-time view of the device. Yeah, of course you can't control it from here. It would be nice too, but for example, if I do a swipe up, and there you go, it's changing the update, or it's showing what's going to happen on the screen. And that's cool, because with that feature, imagine you have like 20-30 Android devices connected. You can take a quick look on, yeah, what's the status. You can really quickly see, okay, in which state the device is, to get an idea. So maybe in case you have a broken test, for example, and then you can see, okay, let's take a quick look, and then you notice, okay, it's offline. The device is not connected to the internet, or is in a weird state, or something, some dialog is shown that you haven't seen before, or anything like that. So this helps you to give a really fast introduction, or not an introduction, but a fast overview of your device connected. That's cool. So you can just move this around in this window. You also can have a different view on the devices here. You can also, what is this one? You can copy the UDID, you can add the iOS image, and on Android it's the same thing here. So you can mirror the device, or you can copy the UDID. Let's go back to this view, and you can also say, okay, I would like to hide virtual devices because I would like only to test or to configure my real devices. Yeah, so that's really cool. And that's basically already the Tricentis Mobile Agent. So it's a really small and handy product feature of Tricentis Tosca 16. And if you have configured your devices, then of course you can open the Tosca. So this is Tosca Commander as you know it, for example. And then you have the tab modules, and then you can, let's do a right click and go to scan. So imagine you have an app that you would like to test and you would like to scan the objects visible on the screen for your automation, for your test case creation, and for your test automation scripts. So we go to mobile. So it's starting the aging, starting the Xscan. Here we go. So we have a mobile scan here, and we could say, okay, let's add a new device. But this is the connected device that you see on the right side. We can just take a look at the device configuration. So here we say a local TMA, so Tosca Mobile Agent. We could also add a new one saying, okay, we have a remote connection or something like that. Just enter the remote IP address and the device, a device port, and then there you're good to go. You enter the name and you enter the ID, the UDID. So if you have a real device, this is something that you get in the options, in the developer options of the device. Here in this case, you just give the emulator and the port name. You say, okay, what kind of device type it is? It's an Android, or is it, and then this is simulated or real device. So in this case, it's an Android. It's simulated. It's emulated. So we hit the save button, and then we can select the applications. As you can see, there was a loading spinner here. In case you have a real device connected, you get the complete list of apps installed on that device for easier selection. And in this example, I downloaded an app. It's called Checked, and I installed this already to the Android emulator, as you can see here. And if you would like to add an app, you have this screen. You can say, okay, I would like to have a native app or a web app. And I just added a native app, so we can take a look at the settings here as well. So we check the Android box. We say, okay, what's the name of the application? And then we have to add the full path of the package name and the activity name, basically the first activity name. And this is what we have here. So package name and activity name. We hit save. We have everything connected and selected. And then let's say run live view. And we say connect, and then it might take a while depending on the connection, on the speed of your system configuration, and it's establishing a connection. So it might take a second longer. There you go. We are connected. We have established connection now, and then we can say scan. And here you can already see a live shot of your application. You can draw, and the things that you're doing here is also reflected on the real device or on the emulator. So if we swipe up, we open up the app drawer. We can tap on the checked element, for example, and we can basically hit now the scan functionality, because we have now the app available that we would like to test with the Tosca and would like to scan. So we hit the scan button. And now Tosca is scanning all the objects on the screen that you can see for automation. So we can see we have a navigation up, we have a button, we have some text, and then you can just select them all and then import them to Tosca in order to build your automated scripts on that, right? So this is nothing that I would like now to go in detail, because this is really Tosca specific, and it would like extend the video just too long. For this video, I would like to mention or to show you what the Tosca Mobile Agent or the Tricentis Mobile Agent is all about, right? It's a really small and great addition to your Tosca setup for easier configuration of your mobile devices, especially if you're working with cloud devices or like a whole set of devices. Let's say you have 20, 30, 50 devices, and before it might be was a tedious job to add all the configurations to your Tosca environment, and now it's much easier with the Tricentis Mobile Agent. You have like a local host system where you can see in which state are your devices. You can upload images, provisioning profiles to your iOS devices, and yeah, from there you can just go into your normal Tosca workflow in order to start writing your automated scripts, write your test cases as you have done it before with Tosca. Yeah, so that was the video basically today. I think it's a really great addition. A big shout out to Tricentis for doing that. Also to give this back to the mobile community. I think that's really cool thing to have, and I think it saves a lot of time in order to work with this system at all. Yeah, and with that, I would like to say thank you. thank you for watching this video today. As I mentioned, I will put all the links in the video description, and it would also be nice to leave a comment. What do you think about the Tricentis Mobile Agent? Is this helpful? Do you see any improvements or like feature requests? It would also be helpful. I will forward them to Tricentis so they can even extend the product to get it even better as it is right now. And yeah, if you like, give me a like, a thumb up, leave a subscription. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.